And I'm going to go down to Dave Hinger, who is the director of the Curriculum Redevelopment Center, and who's been a colleague and friend of mine for the past 8 years. And we know a lot about video conferencing, so I'm going to ask Dave to tell us the story about VcAlberta and how that supports rural community development and building communities without boundaries. Dave.
Thank you very much, Kathy. My name is David Hinger. I am the director of the CRDC, as Kathy mentioned. Hopefully my video is coming through just fine. I've known Kathy for a number of years, so it's really nice to have her introduce me. I was actually in a video conference with Kathy yesterday. We use the technology all the time. Before I get started about VcAlberta, I'll give you a little background about how the University of Lethbridge uses video conferencing. A lot of people don't, for those of you who don't know, University of Lethbridge is obviously located in beautiful southern Alberta. For those of you who have never been here, hopefully you can see the picture on my slide that's up. We're located close to the mountains, and we are somewhat rural community. We're very tied in with the rural community around southern Alberta, and we have very close connections with them. We also have campuses in Calgary and Edmonton. So we got into video conferencing quite a few years ago in order to connect our campuses, our remote campuses together, to have administrative meetings, to run courses between the 3 campuses, and just use to further build a singular Alberta-based campus, as it were. We also use video conferencing at the University of Lethbridge in our education program to connect to our PS 1, 2, and 3 students, so our teacher practicum students who are out in the field. More recently, we offered a full 3-year graduate program to Peace River School District, to a group of students up there, and we are currently using it to offer grad and undergraduate programs around the province. So we are very tied into video conferencing, and our real goal here is to provide access to education to rural districts. Moving on to what I'm here to talk about today is VcAlberta. VcAlberta is an Alberta education funded initiative, and really the purpose of it is to make connections and to connect video conference users around the province of Alberta. The concept for the site really came to us a few years ago, and Kathy can remember the early days of video conferencing 8 years ago when we started that. When you wanted to connect to people, there was no VC phone book. So how would you ever know who has a video conference system? How do I connect to them? How do I find out who in the province I can connect to? And this is in the days before SuperNet, is when we first established VcAlberta. Well, we thought, why not create a video conference phone book where we can connect, we can have a listing of all the video conference sites available, and we know who to call and who to connect with. Well, we thought, why stop there? Why not spend a little more time and put a little more into a website, not just a directory, but what if we could have some resources, share some best practices, and really create a community practice of video conference users around the province. So going back to my PowerPoint quickly, we really have 3 main goals. I'm not sure if this slide will come up, so I'll read it out. We have 3 main goals of video conferencing, of VcAlberta. One is to increase the number of video conferences in the learning system, to improve the quality and experience of video conferences, and the third, which is most important, I think, is build a community of video conference users across the learning system and across the province of Alberta. So I'm going to take a little minute here and just show you what the site looks like. Now, this probably won't come across that great through the technology here, but really, this is a snapshot of the front page of VcAlberta, and to really experience the website, I would encourage you to spend some time, perhaps at the break today or after the conference, and just explore the site. I'll go back to a picture of me, since the image probably isn't coming up that well. What the site is detailed, how it currently exists, is a number of sections. We have a huge body of resources for educators and technical resources. These include best practices, tips and tricks, some tools. One of the tools we have on there is a time zone tool. So when you're doing international video conferences, time zones really become an issue. We also have a large selection of research that's been done both inside and outside the province of Alberta on video conferencing, specifically to the learning system. We have a number of videos, promising practice videos, and videos around research that's been done in the Alberta learning system. We also have a section that is greatly contributed by the Video Conference Regional Leads Network, which is find content providers. So for educators who are looking to find experts to bring into their classrooms, here's a great way for you to go and find experts that are out there that are willing to come into classrooms. Some of them are free and some of them have a cost associated with them. As I mentioned before, the site is really community driven, and the site has evolved over the last, I guess it's 5 years now, to really meet the needs of the users and meet the demand that has come from the users. One thing that we added last year that came specifically out of user feedback was a social networking site to the video conference site. This is your Facebook idea, social networking idea that was talked about earlier in the introduction to the conference, that is a place where we can really build that community practice and connect users from around the province. So if you're a social 10 teacher in say a rural community in northern Alberta, you may be the only social 10 teacher in your community and you are using video conferencing. Wouldn't it be nice if you could connect to another social 10 teacher somewhere else in the province where you could share resources, share ideas, and begin to talk about what you're doing in your classes and really, so you're not so alone. And this was one of the ideas behind the social networking. We also have a number of technicians that have joined the social network where they share issues and really try to solve issues together. We're not alone in video conferencing. As we can see from this wonderful conference we're having today, there's quite a number of sites from around the province here, and we've all got different experiences and different expertise we can bring together. This is an opportunity. VcAlberta is really an opportunity for us to share our experiences and help improve video conferencing in the learning system. So I'm very conscious of the time. I could go on into detail about various aspects of the site and the things that we'd like to do with it. One of the most important message I'd like to leave you with today about VcAlberta is the idea that we're really about making connections, and we really want your input and your feedback. So I really encourage everyone today, or sometime this week, go onto the site, sign up to the social network, and give us some feedback. There's a link to an email address on there that comes directly to me. Let me know what you think about the site, what kind of improvements, what things would you like us to add to the site. This site is really for you, the users, and we want to make it as usable and as exactly what you need to make your video conference experiences better. Kathy, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dave. So we've had a chance to talk about a future network in terms of connecting 21 sites. We've had Vicky talk about a collaboration in terms of infrastructure and supporting program, and now we've had Dave talk about the resources to help support some of the technology and connecting communities. So thank you, Dave, so much for